Previously on Black White.
My theory is it starts with personal responsibility. You get out of life what you put into it.
They are so aware of the fact that they are black and that they are separate and they are different.
You know, so far, I'm kind of waiting for somebody to go, hey, nigger. You know,
But it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. You know, well, you say,
Sitting there and you want to sit on the little lily white pedestal and say shit is not happening in the world, and that's bullshit.
I hear you. No, I know it's out there, but I'm trying to enlighten you on the fact that you have to approach life in a certain way and
bullshit,
not
We're just trying to help you get the experience, but you won't get it.
Let's see what happens.
See that? You see that? She looked and ran over. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah. You know, cultures and stuff. But I mean, it was the way she did it.
Even though my poetry class knows that I'm white, they're really psyched for me to come along with them to see things that I wouldn't have been able to see if I wasn't in black makeup.
But I'm not one to be with. I'm serious.
I won't do that again.
I don't trust her. I really don't like her. After this show, I don't want nothing else to do with Carmen.
I didn't know not to say that.
No,
So it came out like, yo, bitch.
I didn't feel like I was a part of the group.
You can't act black. You are black.
Right.
There are just some things you can't be a part of if you're not a part of it.
That's right.
Please don't believe the hype. Everything in the world ain't black and white. Everybody ain't a stereotype. Just because I look wrong, I'm about to do right. Black as midnight or bright as Snow White. You better do me right or I'ma have to take flight. Put you on nice, blast on you twice. If you a zebra, better come out them stripes. Please don't believe the hype. Everything in the world ain't black and white.
The families are at odds right now, and we thought it'd be a good idea to bring in a therapist, an objective view, to come in and see if they can help us work this out.
Are there things that have happened that you've been reluctant to share?
It just gets frustrated sometimes when he think that I see what I see because I want to see it. But I always say, you know, Bruno has this Bruno block. Bruno has this Bruno block. He sees the world just through Bruno's eyes, Bruno's ways, Bruno's ideas, and that's all that he wants to know. He don't want to know anything else.
I do believe that that energy that one puts out, you have the world coming back to you in what you put out. For instance, we were walking through Beverly Hills, and I just felt that Brian was just really looking for signs of racism.
I tried to consider Bruno's point of view, but his point of view is so ignorant.
It's a big problem.
Now, Renee, what's your hot button?
My hot button? I guess, you know, when people I feel that should know better use words, you know, racial slurs and, you know, just comments. That's a hot button for me.
I think Renee holds on to judgments too much. I totally feel her judging me all the time. It sucks.
Has anyone ever offended you?
I've been dismissed for not understanding things or being clueless because of blonde or white. I don't love it, but I know who I am.
She gets, her emotions get into it. She's very sensitive.
I don't want to have a bad impression about white women just because of what I've experienced with Carmen.
I don't like the way I'm feeling right now, particularly since we've all agreed to participate in a project, from my perception, geared toward healing misunderstanding, not resurrecting it and maintaining it.
Since the beginning of this project, I have been trying to find a deeper understanding of what it's like to be black.
All right, bless Cherie. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it.
My poetry class is going to be performing at this place called The Lounge, our final week, and we really need to prepare.
Okay, here's the deal. So I want you to write on this piece of paper 2 truths and 1 lie, okay? And then you're gonna stand up and you're gonna say your 2 truths and a lie, but you're gonna say them all with super duper Willie Mammoth confidence, because that's what we need to do on stage and anything. And we're gonna guess which one is a lie and which ones are the truth. Who wants to go first?
Come on.
Okay, quiet.
My father has been in prison all my life. I used to be a stripper. I get all my underwear from the 99-cent store.
Oh,
that's a tough one.
Eclectic.
Okay, go.
Nobody as diva-esque as her gets their underwear from
99 cents. Okay, you don't think she would be a stripper? What do you say, Bless?
I said the draws.
Draws?
I'm saying the dad.
The dad? Rose, what do you say?
Dad.
Dad? Dad? No, I'm gonna go stripper. I'm gonna go stripper. You didn't strip, girl.
Okay, I didn't used to be a stripper.
Even though I'm in black makeup and around black people, I'm still trying to squeeze my way into something that I'm not exactly welcomed into.
What's up?
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. We're just hanging out. A lot of people there don't have that quote-unquote hood experience.
Right.
It's a big change for you to look around in your environment and it just looks dismal.
Right.
And it really.
I really like Devon as a person with a lot to say.
Gone are the days of simple playground games and piggyback rides. So I settled for less of what used to mean more, and all my life I've settled for less. Too intimidated with the best or too far gone with temptations to make it last past 8th grade. All the while wondering what it meant to have a crush.
I remember meeting Devon, the first time that he opened his mouth with that first poem. He was in his zone. And immediately I realized that this was somebody that I was probably gonna have a little bit, perhaps a little bit of a crush on.
And as strange as it may seem, love is a poem I spent a lifetime writing, so let's make the next poem reality.
Damn.
I realized that I've learned to blend in, but my main motivation is to actually connect on a soul level, where color difference just doesn't matter.
Today I'm taking Carmen to a black hair salon. It's kind of like where we as black women get together and just bond. I'm hoping that maybe we can find a way to get along, and maybe that'll open the doors for us to, break through what we have been having difficulties with in the house.
I definitely do still have sensitivity around Renee, but there's a part of me that would like to connect with her. She is a neat woman, and I'm a neat woman. There may or may not be space for friendship. I really don't know.
You can have
Wow, you are going, girl. This is great.
Thank you.
Where would you like me to hang out? Hang with her?
See right there?
Great. Thank you. How are you? Good, thanks. Oh, boy. Do you work here very often?
Well, through the week.
You know what I like, too, is the music's not on all loud.
Yeah, I don't really listen to, hardcore rap unless it's on the radio.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Because I'll be listening to 50. I love 50.
50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
No! 50 cents. The rapper. Oh.
I would characterize Carmen as naive and, has no, I hate to say it, just has no clue about having a relationship with someone of another race.
So how long have you been out here?
I just came back home. See, I'm originally from Philly.
Philly.
Still feel like I wouldn't want to introduce you to any of my friends because I don't really know what you're gonna say.
What's your name?
Tila.
Tila.
Yes.
Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi, Tila. Love your hair. Can I touch it?
Yes. It's a little dry right now.
Oh, it is too adorable.
Thank you.
Like, what? What black woman goes up to another black woman and say, can I touch your hair? It was just kind of like, okay, I tried. I can walk away from this knowing that I did all that I could to try to establish a relationship with her, and it's just not gonna happen.
Because Brian is so hell-bent on me experiencing racism, we're going to go out and see how many Good Samaritans we can find here in Simi Valley, a primarily white neighborhood, by pretending we're having car trouble. So far as Black Bruno, I haven't felt like I've been discriminated against at all. And Brian is very anxious for me to feel this, but I'm not so sure that I am going to.
Hey, Ram, you wouldn't happen to have any jumper cables, would you? You wouldn't happen to have any jumper cables, would you? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what I can personally say to Bruno to get through to him because we've had the big discussions. If I don't get through to him, I promise you it will not be for lack of trying.
Do you have any cables?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Gosh, with all...
You need a hand loading all your stuff in the car? Okay. appreciate that. Hope you're not mad at it. I really feel like I really.
People were more than happy to help us, regardless of the fact that we were black.
We used to have a really bad car, so I'm an expert.
Ah, okay.
Jumping cars. You ready?
Yes, we're ready. Thank you.
Good
deal. Good, great. Appreciate it. I must say, I'm thoroughly impressed.
Everyone was very helpful and courteous, and I'm sure this was a little frustrating for Brian, and frankly, validating for myself.
I'm very frustrated because every time I take Bruno out in his black makeup, I'm striking out.
My mom told me how much fun it was to go to the black hair salon, so I wanted to see for myself. And my friend Brianna from poetry class decided that she would be okay taking me.
This is kind of a community that no white girl would usually have the right to be a part of, because it's sort of like an inner sanctum.
Are you gonna have it curly or are you gonna keep it fuzzy?
Yeah, we're gonna have that funky, like, standing up and going this way.
Love those colors. It looks like, honestly, like reminds me of Halloween. Are you uncomfortable? No, it's fine. I mean, used to it.
Even though I would get accepted more when I was in black makeup, it's kind of like right now I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping to somewhat connect more than I have.
What happened to you yesterday? Why, what? Oh, I was just, it was gonna be too late. I needed my sleep. How was it? They were mad at you. They were? Who? Yeah. Duran? All the poets and everybody, yeah. Yeah.
The poetry class got together last night to go check out the space that we'll be performing at next week. I didn't think it would be a big deal that I didn't go.
They're like, who does she think she is? Are you serious? Like, no, because like they thought that she were gonna be there, and because everybody just went. Like they're supposed to see it, to check it out to see where they're gonna perform. So everyone was there. Yeah. Oh my God. You're like, she's gonna perform next week, and she didn't even see the spot where she's gonna perform at.
Oh no. Oh, I do not want them to upset me. The last thing I want is for this group to be mad at me. I feel like I just keep missing the mark.
I want to find out more about the opposite race. And Carmen's not giving me that, so I'm gonna move on. So today I'm going to Bible study. Hi, I'm Renee. Nice to meet you. I'm Mary. Mary? Sorry for being so late. Better late than never. Yes. When I first met them, I thought, oh my God, I'm sitting down with two older women. One of them looks like she's even older than my mom.
So, wait, had you come for a Bible study? I mean, did you think you were having one today?
Oh, I forgot to bring my Bible, so I don't...
I thought it was kind of like get acquainted.
I thought it was, because normally I'm used to like meeting actually at the church.
Yeah.
But then I thought maybe this is a LA thing too.
Yeah, right.
Actually, we just moved here to California, so right now we're living in Tarzana.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I really didn't feel like these were women that I could call up and say like, hey, let's go shopping.
Okay.
Well, I tried Bible study, but they weren't women that I really felt like I would click with. So I'm gonna try knitting because I think that's something that a lot of white women do. Hi, I'm Renee.
Hi, Renee.
Hi.
Renee.
This is something I'm designing. It's a crochet project, and it's for beginners.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. We do it step by step, and we do it in a very methodical way so that you won't get frustrated, so that it'll be enjoyable. It looks like everyone's knitting, but most of them also know how to crochet.
These women, I mean, are very good at what they do. I mean, just very crafty. I mean, because they were pulling out all kind of things that they made, and they were telling me I would be at the same point as they are, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, right.
We all have a huge stash of yarn at home.
Oh, really?
More than we'll probably ever knit.
I couldn't relate to it. I couldn't get into it. I thought this was boring.
You're having a little trouble with starting.
This one?
That's from the top. Go from underneath. That's in the back. Go all the way around. No. All the way around and slip it on.
The whole entire time I'm thinking, this is white America.
Okay, with ladies, thank you.
I didn't know if I was ever gonna meet a white woman that I was gonna click with.
I thought it would be fun to walk down the neighborhood that I've walked around many times as a white person to see what it would be like to walk in that same neighborhood as a black person.
You guys have a good day, huh? Okay. See you later. Bye.
I believe that Brian thinks that I am hard-headed and unwilling to look at the fact that there is racism and that it's tougher to be a black person in this society.
He's not getting the little subtleties, you know, people turning their head when you try to speak to them, or people not wanting to speak to you, or walking away from you or crossing the street. So he's not grasping that. So I would love for something drastic to happen while he in black makeup.
Hi. Absolutely. Tell me about it.
Are you familiar with it at all?
No.
It's in our fish. It's getting into our fish from the Colburn Simon.
Tell you what, I'm gonna give it $5. Okay.
When Brian says the Bruno block, I think he's saying that I live in denial and I'm not really seeing the rampant racism that is there in front of us all. I believe if you want to see bad things out there, you want to see racism, you'll see it. I think the Bruno block is really the Brian chip.
You doing, my man? Good.
Today, Devon, Blessed, and LaToya are coming over for my poetry class.
Some black woman.
I'm a little bit nervous because sometimes when I hang out with them, I can start to feel a little bit like I'm just the naive white girl.
Do you guys have any white friends?
Come to think of it, I haven't in a while. I did in high school, but no close friends.
Does it feel like it would be harder to get closer to them?
Nope. Yes.
I used to be scared of them.
I'm just thinking about the
White people?
whole country music.
Really? Yeah.
But-
I did. I didn't know how to act around them. I think that white people communicate different.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
I don't know if we're disciplined too. We discipline our kids out
Yeah, we do.
in the grocery store, in the grocery store line.
My brother's got our ass whooped all the time. Seemed like every day because we was always doing something. It was sometimes we would get lectured first, sometimes we get whooped first. It depended on what we did.
Okay, some parents don't do that. Like when I was growing up, I would get whooped and I didn't know why. Like when I was growing up, I got my ass whooped every day. He would come, my mother's husband would come and do the belt like this and say, it's time. And he would whoop the shit out of me. I don't know why.
Then that's different.
And he would just abuse me. And at first I thought he was my daddy because my dad's in prison and they would tell me that this man was my dad. I remember everything. Right. My mom hated me because I knew who she was. Right. And she knows that I remember everything and she's scared of that. But I do not I just remember the past, but I make something out of it.
Like you, my mother did so many drugs, it was ridiculous. When I was a kid, where's my PlayStation? Oh, I took it to get fixed. Never saw it again. Little things like that, because that's what drugs will do. Oh, and then but she married my stepfather. Like he used to throw me up against walls. Not even hitting, like throw me up against walls for some math problems. He'd force food in my mouth, like with the fork, cutting up my whole mouth and stuff, like craziness.
I'm listening to these stories that Blessed and LaToya have, and I'm blown away.
And my mom, she was in jail like all through Christmas, and I remember those days, and I remember living with my grandma. I've lived with a lot of different people. But because of all those factors, statistically, I should not be where I am. And that is the root of my name. Because it's not luck. I am truly a blessed individual because that is my life. But I'm here, and I got to go to college, and I'm still going. And I got family, I got people who love me. I'm sitting here eating dinner, talking to you guys. And no matter what has come my way, we keep coming out on top.
You want to relate, and you want to be able to say, oh yeah, I know exactly how you feel. And then I have to remind myself, no, Rose, no, that didn't happen to you. That how could I possibly understand? I haven't lived through what they have.
Because, before you have a story, you have to have a storm. You have to have a storm, I think. Do you think that?
I think that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, you just have to be.
Everybody has to go.
You have to go through something. You have to go through something just to be, a human being sometimes. So.
After hearing experiences from these kids, I start to wonder if the divide between us is so big if we're ever really going to truly be able to connect.
Well, right now, I'm just a little, discouraged because, I've tried Bible study group and I've tried knitting, and those two haven't worked out. So I'm gonna try scrapbooking. I'm not gonna give up. Everybody else has been, meeting people and making friends, and I feel like I'm being left out here. So hopefully I can get something out of it.
Hi, I'm Renee. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
You too.
This is Renee.
Oh, hi.
We're scrapbooking.
Nice to meet you. Hi. Okay. Oh, so y'all are all pros at this then, right?
They are. They've been doing it for a while. Can I get you something to drink?
I'm fine right now.
And we have brownies and vegetable dip. So
I walked in and they have like boxes of pictures and they're cutting and pasting, and this is it. I don't know what I was thinking.
Stand out. You don't have to crop your pictures. That's not something you have to do. But I like to because it focuses more on what you want to see. And then you can also get more pictures on your page too. That's it. It's fun. There's lots of fun stuff. So.
But then Deborah, who is a consultant for the scrapbooking class, she was very in tune to me.
So what made you choose private school opposed to public school?
Well, we started our girls in Catholic school.
When I told her I'm new here, it was like, there you go. She just started spilling things, telling me about schools, and she was just, I don't know, it's just like, it was really easy talking to her.
You want to go into the store and see that, and then maybe look at the little albums and see what would work for you? Okay.
When I first walked into the room, I was surprised that her daughter's best friend was Black.
Yes, this is Michelle, and this is her
Hi.
friend Allison.
Hi.
Michelle's been scrapbooking since she was 4, I think, and Allison maybe a couple years, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't get a vibe or feeling that this woman has any issues with race.
What do you usually do for Mother's Day?
Normally I hint around, like I may put something on the refrigerator, and I kept putting it everywhere, and I kept hinting,
Did it
I
work?
could really use, like a day at the salon. It worked.
Okay. And give me a call if you have any questions about the pictures or about the album, or even if it's just...
For the first time, I felt like I was actually clicking with someone that was outside of this project, who was white and wasn't Carmen.
Okay, it was nice meeting you.
Devon asked me to go out and get some lunch with him and just spend some time together. And I'm really excited to do that. This is a beautiful area.
I thought it was a bird nest back there, but noticing.
So did you go to school around here?
Nah, I went to school out in near San Bernardino.
Okay, right, you grew up there.
I was playing football all year, varsity my junior, senior year.
Wow. It was interesting. We kind of went out for just a casual day. I was in black makeup, and he just showed me around the city in the area. He lives nearby. So did you win Best Smile at your school?
Nah, I didn't win best nothing.
No?
Nothing.
Oh, man.
They had a best poet category. That probably would have been me, because that's all everybody said. That's the poet right there.
Well, there you go. That's about the best compliment you could get. To be honest, Devon's pretty cute. And I don't mean like cute. I mean, he's pretty beautiful.
When's your birthday?
August 22nd.
August 22nd. Hopefully don't nobody forget it. I like that.
Oh,
right
shit,
there.
I
That's
forgot
fresh.
your birthday. Happy birthday, homegirl.
Oh, shit.
Devon is, well, he's enlightened, let's say.
That's interesting. That's a shackle that showed it felt real. Stuff like that remind me of slavery. It's hard to look at stuff like that.
Is it?
Yeah. I couldn't imagine myself in that position. It's crazy. You know, my ancestors, were put in cuffs similar to that. It hurts. 'Cause I couldn't imagine my grandpa, my brothers, my sisters, my mom or pops, nobody being shackled, being sold, like cattle. And, just thinking about it, I always try to put myself in their shoes. I can't do it, but just to give me more understanding and more appreciation, as to where I'm at. Because I don't see how we can live, and forget about certain things that have happened.
One really neat thing is that as Devon and I were hanging out, I started realizing how much he was willing to teach me.
And I swear, I don't know, it's just something about black women and they are just, to me, some of the boldest individuals.
Right.
I have never met a woman who will be scared of nobody. I don't care if you're the biggest man, you cross her, she is in your face. Do not cross her. Like, that's why I respect them to the fullest. Partly because I'm scared, and partly because I've been raised right.
After Devon and I started talking about what is true for our lives, we talked about our friends and our families and ourselves. It was like talking like kids again.
Oh, I swear it's all the same. It gotta be all the same. Like, we just people.
We are just people. So Deborah invited me to go to a country bar with her and some of her friends, and we were gonna, you know, go line dancing, which is something I've never done before.
Facing front!
We did strike up a conversation with a gentleman at the bar, and somehow we started talking about neighborhoods.
Georgia. She's deciding what area to move into.
From where? We're from Glendale.
I know a lieutenant in Glendale.
Glendale's police department is known to be really good.
They don't put up with anything. It's actually good, I think.
Like, what would they say? What do you mean?
Like, I get off the freeway, driving a lower car, there's 4 Mexicans in there. My friend says I pull them over. I'll find a reason.
Like, you just look guilty?
I think what do you call that when they
Profiling.
profile people?
So you're saying somebody's driving down and they're black, they didn't do anything wrong, they might pull them over?
They don't belong there.
Well, what if you saw a white kid doing the same thing? Would you pull him over?
Let me put it this way. I'm a white guy, and in the middle of the night, I'm driving in the minutes. It's all black gangbangers. Why am I there? I'm looking for one thing.
Drugs?
I'm looking for drugs.
Well, that's not because it's a black area, then that's because it's a druggy area, correct?
There you go. She got you there.
Deborah is like getting so upset, putting this guy in his place. She didn't have a reason to.
Oh, they do stereotype though. Oh, man.
I was just really impressed with her.
When Brian and I got home, we started to have a conversation about reparations, which is the repayment to the descendants of African slaves for the mistreatment of their ancestors. Slavery was how many generations ago?
Yeah, slavery was so many years ago, but all the slave owners, tobacco companies that got all this free labor, and now the tobacco companies are billion-dollar industry off the free labor of blacks. All these other big businesses that still exist today, where money passed down from generation after generation, they're still getting the monies. That money was made off the backs of slaves for free. So while their generations of kids are just rich after rich after rich, will be rich for all their generations to come, the descendants of slaves stay poor after poor after poor after poor.
Can you imagine what an absolute chaotic mess it would be if all of a sudden the government said, okay, we're going to now give money to all African Americans who are the descendants of slaves. We've all been enslaved. Okay, I don't think checks have been flying around for anybody. Get off it. Please. Get a job.
I don't want reparations because I don't feel like I deserve it. But there are some that do.
If there hadn't been slaves there to do it, do you think tobacco companies would have found some way to do it?
Would you work today all your life for free?
It's unrealistic. It'll never happen. It's a nice thought, but come on.
I interact with white all day, every day. I do not have a chip on my shoulder. I'm not paranoid, but there's no way to convey that to Bruno and any Bruno type that's out there, because they don't want to see it. They don't want to believe it. They want to believe that everything that's white is okay.
Deborah invited me over to her house to dinner because I talked about some of the Southern cooking that I do. And at the same time, I'll meet her husband, Steve. So I'm looking forward to that.
Hi, how you doing? Too.
Oh. Yeah, he always likes playing bartender.
Does he?
So here's our new one.
Wow, I like how you always include your dog.
She's part of our family.
Deborah, I can honestly say, is one who is very open-minded, and she has a lot of friends. And I won't say just worldly, but just aware of people.
Oh, thank you. Those are beautiful.
I mean, it was the same, just like in my household, and it was just great. And here it is, this white family, and we pretty much have the same values in raising our children. And I thought that was just awesome.
There's a lot to learn at 16 and 17. I know they think they know it all, but there's a lot to learn still.
Yes. To me, boys are
And
just
I thought I
so
know.
hard
Oh.
to me.
Want to trade?
I don't think we're going to agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No? Oh.
I guess let's just say it's not easy parenting 16-year-olds, right?
Parenting, yes.
Talking to Deborah and her husband is like, no, it's not a black or white thing. It's just a parent thing.
So you ready for school?
Almost.
Almost?
On my locker shelves.
High school.
When did your son start? Yeah, she's just starting high school.
Well, Nichols had problems in school.
Oh.
And Nichols got kicked out of school. He was hanging with the wrong crowd. And I was brought up a certain way. And I am kind of strict, sorry. But I am kind of strict. I'm kind
See,
of like
I'm
your
not the
mom.
only one.
Yeah.
I really want to keep our relationship, and I just feel kind of bad deceiving her. I feel like I'm lying to her every time that I go to her house or we do things.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
I'm just frustrated because I don't know what to do. I don't know. Do I tell her? Do I just keep continuing on? I feel like we really made a connection here, and I could have a friend after this project is over with.
It's very important to Brian that I understand where he's coming from. So I'm going to be an open-minded student today so that perhaps he can teach me something that will change my perspective on things.
Today, I'm going to take Bruno to an all-black dominoes game, and I hope this approach will help bring down his Bruno block, just to help him interact with just all black and see how he goes from there.
Hey, good. How you doing?
What's up?
Brian, man. We just brought the chairs. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
The scene was these guys sitting around a little card table, smoking, drinking. You know, they had good buzzes going on, and playing dominoes. It was a real black scene where it was, you know, black vernacular and, you know, guys having a good time.
You ready to come here? Yeah, I'm what y'all playing, so what score go to? 150. 3 houses.
He didn't even want to be in the room. I don't really know how to play the game that well either, but it wasn't going to deter me from sitting there and enjoying myself and having a great time.
Oh, yeah, you going after me?
Hey, we got another OG on the table.
OG, what's that? Doesn't know anything?
That's an original game.
No shit.
OG.
Oh, original game, all right.
I'm not uncomfortable being around black people, but they're all different kinds of black people. If there are smoking, drinking, loud talking, Ebonic speaking black people, that's not my element.
You got dominoes. What does that mean, I got dominoes?
That means you played first.
Okay.
That means you need to get your hand empty first.
All right.
Where you about to go?
I didn't fit in because I have no passion or no desire to learn the game of dominoes. This isn't, you know, whether they're black or white, and that's a world that I don't belong to.
You know, I don't like dominoes, I don't like staying inside, I don't like smoking, and I don't like, you know.
I got agitated. You know, it just wasn't fun. I wouldn't be anywhere in a smoky room with guys getting drunk, sitting at a table playing anything.
The thing about it that like my uncle, he was talking about in the South, is like dominoes is played the same all over.
Right.
But it's one game that our people share. It's sort of like Hispanics has their own language, dominoes is our language. And it's time, but it's the only time that you can get together and enjoy each other in good company. You know, it's about calling money, see who can come up with the funniest statement.
Right.
At the same time, still strategizing, like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's wonderful. I love it. It's relaxing to me.
If Bruno admits that he was uncomfortable because there was more than one black in the room, as opposed to, you know, the smoke, the drinking, the game, then he has to admit that there is a problem. That's why I say Bruno block, because he's only going to let out what he want to let out.
I've been spending a lot of time with Deborah, and it's been great. It's been real easy getting to know her and establishing a relationship, unlike my experiences with Carmen. I was questioning myself, like, okay, is it me? You know, but here it is. I bonded with this woman who doesn't have any idea what this whole project is about.
Okay, see, my daughter thinks I'm the only one that does that. Oh, Semper Furs.
No, we're fur shopping in Beverly Hills, and it was great.
How are you? Good, how are you? Good. Good.
Are these real?
What does it say? Baby pink knit beaver with lacy bottom.
Oh
my, this is what we needed the pictures in.
Yeah, I mean, we had fun. I felt like two teenage girls on the town for the day.
Will you take our picture? Back to back? There we go. How's that look?
Yeah, we love to eat, we love to travel. The whole time I'm with her, I keep thinking, this is not right, it's not fair. I can't keep going on like this. I feel like I need to let her know who I really am.
Well, I do want you to know I'm glad that you did come out with me. This has been great. It's been a good experience and everything. But nice getting to know you. And I do have something to tell you. And I hope you don't be offended because I really do like you, Deborah. I really do.
Okay.
Okay? And I don't want you to think it was something to embarrass you or in any way. Okay?
Okay.
I am who I said I am. But I do want to let you know that I'm really not white. I'm really black. And when I met you, I will honestly tell you I was so nervous because I was coming into your home and you didn't know anything about me and I felt like I was deceiving you. I felt so bad. This woman doesn't know anything about me and I feel like I'm deceiving her. And when you said that you were Catholic and I'm Catholic and you know.
Okay, so everything else is the same?
Everything else is
moving out here or are you?
No,
you're not.
I'm not, but we can still be friends.
I felt like I was confessing to the priest or something because it was like, you know, Deborah's standing in front of me and I'm telling her, you know, I'm going on and she's like, oh my God.
Good. Why would I care? Oh my gosh. I don't think it's about that. It's about whether we have something in common, you know, we have family in common. Do you really have family?
That's what I mean. The only thing that I had to lie to you about, I'm sorry.
I felt so much better. I told her the truth. We hugged. We ate another piece of chocolate. And, you know, from then on, I felt like I made a friend in California and she didn't care whether I was black or white.
Like, no. Yeah, that'd be fun.
We can do this, okay. This kind of shows.
Oh, man.
After hanging out with Devon for a while, we've gotten closer as friends.
Where's your? I still have
Oh,
not
you wanna
seen
see it?
I still have not seen it.
Show us so much shit.
Devon is just like, he's smooth in such a vulnerable way that I'm not used to, that it's like somewhat breathtaking.
Put something to kind of represent me over my heart.
You feel that way?
Yeah, like it just represents the passion and burning in my heart. My soul's on fire and it's taking me as far as I'm gonna go.
Him showing me his tattoo, which was on his heart. I mean, it was really like, he's offering me, like, it really did. It almost felt like a gift. Like, here's a piece of my heart. Like, here's a piece of me. I really appreciate how helpful Devon has been in showing me around places I've never been and teaching me things that I wouldn't usually have the opportunity to learn.
Well, how do you feel now? Well, I feel cool now. It's just more easy to talk to you versus, you know, white man, period.
One of the biggest struggles was trying to attack this idea of the barrier, of the black and white wall. You know, trying to enter a world that isn't yours. And I'm realizing that perhaps we are just human beings. And I am just a girl. Or even more so, I'm just Rose. And everybody is just who they are.
I did meet Deborah again. I felt like, ooh, we'll have some girl time, just me and her, one-on-one.
Oh, there she is. Oh, you like the same. And that's really didn't think I was gonna recognize you.
It was relief hanging out with Deborah as Black Renee. I just felt like a huge weight had been lifted off of me.
What do you think white girls think of black girls? What do you think their stereotypes are?
I think some probably think they're very bossy, you know, twitching of the head and, you know. But comparing it to like some of the white girls that I work with that may be a little bit younger than me, they're always talking about sex. So I had this impression that a lot of young white girls were wild.
Well, that's interesting. So this is your impression. Okay, what else?
But not all. Not all. Deborah and I have really bonded, and we are friends, and it doesn't have anything to do with race. Coming into this project, I did have stereotypes about white women, but Deborah has opened my mind. You just never know what someone else has ever experienced until you talk about it. And hopefully, by talking about it openly, that can lead to us solving this issue that we have in America today.